rewind back to November last year, December last year, we found out that the game was moving over to Yodo One. And although some people didn't like that, lost quite a few players. It's a big change. It's a big move. And from talk to Dale, there was a lot of things involved. Contracts to be sorted out, negotiations to happen, transferring the files over, which is not just a simple task. Lots of meetings like between Yanis and Yoda representatives and what the expectations are, and things like that. Fast forward to March this year. Message Dale was like, stick with us. And then Dale said, listen, we're going to try and balance the game. We've got big ideas for the game. We want to try and do things we've never done before. We've never had the team to do it. We've never been able to do it. But now we're at Yodo One. We're going to have enough people to do it. We're going to have the team to do it. We're dedicated to the game. Yanis is sort of taking over the game personally. He will be in charge of the game. Won't have to answer to anyone as such. We're on it. Okay. Fast forward to the balance patch. Dale was like, listen, my vision is I want to balance the game and make it so there's no rubbish bots in the game. I'm like, you know what? I'm on board with it. Even though people were unhappy about the balance patch and complaining about it, even Leo Prime who needed it really, I was behind them and got a lot of flack for that. People were like, oh, you've changed, Wozza. You've now become a Yodo. I'm like, I haven't. I just understand the vision to make a better game. Then the balance patch came out, and I agreed with most of the changes. Some were a bit wrong. I was saying, listen, I'm dedicated though to fixing this and getting it right. So I was saying today, when's the next fix? Yeah, we're going to do it again. We're going to have another go of it. Okay. And the second one wasn't too bad, where we saw the likes of Sunstreaker being buffed and Rust Dust and things like that. It wasn't too bad. Then fast forward again to TF Nation. And Dale says to me, listen, we've got something to tell you. The Primes are coming to Transformers Earthwatch. We've been saying for a while that they're going to bring out some new content. It's going to be fresh and they're going to do things they've never done before. And we should be behind them while they do this and try to improve the game. And when they announced Primes, I was like, guys, listen, this is going to be amazing, guys. It's going to be great. There's great ideas behind the scenes. The team have been working hard at this. This is the next big thing. And then realism hit. I feel like there's somewhere in between a combat and a bot. Because once you drop them on the field, you have no control over them at all. What's the roadmap? Because people want to know that right now the primes are pretty crap. And Dale's like, yeah, that's kind of a lot of feedback we're sort of getting. I was like, right, so what's the roadmap then? Surely the team have sat down and gone, this is where we see Prime going. This is where we see them doing. This is why people are going to want them. This is why people are going to need them. And this is why people are going to spend money to keep the game going and keep an income coming into the game. This is why. Surely that was the conversation behind the scenes. I think that literally it's just a case of just bringing something out. Because when you think of a bot and think of a combiner and Primes being in the middle of that, you would expect them to have a similar impact. Not an impact like a combiner has, but it's better than a bot. But if you said to me right now, would you rather take your Prime or an extra Zor? I'd actually take Zor. Zor has a lot more damage and utility than Megatronus does. The problem is that there's always been an excuse. So the excuse was they didn't have enough staff. Then it was, we've got the changeover. That's why things are not going right. Then it comes to the end of that. Then it was, oh, well, we need a server engineer to help us with the game. Recruitment again. We blamed recruitment 2 years back. And we got people in. And you said that you got enough people for the game now. So, okay, you need a server dev. You got a server dev. Oh, okay, we're ready to go, eh? Well, no, Unity needs an upgrade now. And we've only got a certain amount of time to do it. So we're lagging behind on that. There's always going to be an excuse. There's always going to be something to slow the process down. But it's not an excuse for not having a roadmap. And I just feel like they've made these sort of promises on things they're going to do. But it's still the same. It's no different. And I've kind of lost faith in the plan. The plan was always to improve the game, make it better. And my big thing has always been about choice. Now, when they brought out Primes and the idea of it, I thought, oh, I'm going to have 12 Primes to choose from long term. And I still believe that could be the case. And I was always about not only choice but around balance, and always around new content being better than old content. But you got to think back to the tech tree. You got to think back to Titans. You got to think back to Dispatch. All these things they brought out that have failed. Elimination mode didn't work either. All these sort of things that they brought out that did really poor and wasn't really thought through. But they kind of took shortcuts. They kind of took the easy way out and the simple way of doing things, and they've done the same with primes. Primes have had a massive impact on the way we play the game, and they're not something people need to chase. Me personally, I do believe that I speak for most people when I say, right now, I don't need primes. I don't need to play events to get primes back, because even if Megatronus becomes half decent in the future, there'll probably be another prime. But my worry is that why was there no roadmap? If they'd have brought a prime out and said, listen guys, there's going to be 20 ranks. At rank 5, it's going to do this. You want to get in rank 5 for now, but when HQ19 comes out, we're going to open rank 10. Then we're going to have Solus. Solus are going to do this. Alpha Trion's going to do this. These are the primes. This is what they're all going to do. And they're going to evolve over time and improve. And that's where we're going to balance the game around these primes, have an effect in battle. They're going to improve your Titans. They're going to improve your bots. They're going to improve your combats. They're going to improve your defense. They're going to improve the game to make you want these primes and even need these primes. Because without them, you're going to be lost. But they need a reason for people to play the game, to log in, to chase new content, to want new content, and to play events. They need a resource for that, which is obviously the prime spark, and you need to want that resource. So if I don't need primes, don't really want primes, then what are we going to do for players to want to log in and play the game if people have got all the resources and the new features are not good enough to keep up? Let me know what you guys think in the chat, and let me know how you use the primes and whether you're looking forward to more primes coming out and how you think they're going to work.